Welcome to the Manifest and Chill podcast. I'm your host, Tracy Ftacek, where we dive in each week to chat about how high-achieving women can release the need to be perfect and find peace, drop the hustle without giving up their ambitions, and manifest the life they truly desire. I'm a certified manifestation and visualization coach with a rich and exhausting background as a serial entrepreneur and tech founder who is obsessed with teaching women how to manifest the life they desire and chill the fuck out in the process. Let's dive in. Welcome back to the Manifest and Chill podcast. Today, I want to talk with you about the hardest decision I've ever made in my life. Not hard because my life was falling apart, hard because my life actually was perfect. And I want to talk about something that's changed everything for me. The realization that the people you are having the most conversations with, the people, your trusted advisors, your coach, your friends, your families, your results, your current results will reflect theirs. This is why it's so important to pay attention to who you surround yourself with. But that's another conversation for another day. I want to talk about this shift of what caused and created the business that I hold today, Manifest and Chill. Because I truly believe, and I know this for 95% accuracy fact, you can predict your future results by simply looking at the people you're listening to. And here's the thing, I'm not just talking about tangible results. I'm talking about how they think about life, about possibility, about what's available to you. So let me take you back about 13 years ago to a moment that literally changed the trajectory of my entire life. I'm going to paint a picture for you. We were living this beautiful life in Minnesota, and I mean beautiful. We had literally just bought what we thought was going to be our forever home. The home where we'd finish raising our children, where we'd retire, where we would actually live indefinitely. I had my own thriving business, a salon. I was making 6 figures a year, traveling the world, working as an international trainer for a global beauty brand. People were putting me on stages, pulling me aside at shows and conventions for photo opportunities, asking for my autograph, asking for business building advice. I was making moves in the community. We'd just been won Best of Maple Grove in our town in Minnesota, if you're familiar with it, donating and doing incredibly well. And my husband and I, we had this amazing network of friends. They were like family. Our friends had friends who were like family. I mean, it was literally, my life was a warm embrace. And my husband was doing really, really well in his position. On paper, we were incredibly successful. Emotionally, we were incredibly successful. We really had no reason to live. Like, we were sitting in a sweet spot of life. And no reason to actually want more. And then 2 months after we moved into that home, and to this day I still call it the 2-month house, because we didn't live there long enough for me to get sick of the house, get sick of the layout, the walls, the flooring, the cabinets, all of it. My husband got offered a promotion that would require us to move to Illinois. And this wasn't about running from something, right? Sometimes when these promotions come, it's because you're trying to create a better life than what you have. And we weren't in that position. This wasn't about fixing a broken life. This was about asking ourselves a question that felt almost ridiculous. Do we dare believe life could be better than this? And let me tell you, my friends, when your life is already amazing, that's actually a terrifying question to ask. Because what if the answer is no? What if this is as good as it gets? What if we mess up something that's already perfect? So I did what anyone would do. I went to 2 trusted advisors. Specifically, I asked 2 people who I love and admire greatly. 2 people who were both successful and both had results I respected. I asked them the same question. We have such a beautiful life. Do we dare believe life could be better than this? That first person looked at our situation and said, I don't know, Tracy. You just bought this home. You could possibly lose money because the market isn't where it could be. 2 months in, you have no equity. You just put all this money down. You have a business where you are making multi-six figures a year. You're making incredible money and strides with Paul Mitchell. Will you be able to transfer them? You're becoming so popular. People are putting you on stages, inviting you to shows. You're doing beautifully within the community. You're doing so well. You're actually giving up a lot to go somewhere you don't know what's ahead of you. Okay. All valid points. Now I go to my second advisor. My second person heard the exact same situation and said something completely different. Are you prepared not to answer that question? How could you not see if your life could get better? If your life is so great here and you're the factor that has made it this way, because I've seen you build something from absolutely nothing when you first moved to Minnesota 10 years ago, and you know you can recreate that, then you don't know what's ahead of you. If things don't work out in Illinois, you can always move back. All the success you built here will still be here, but you don't know what's waiting for you. Beautiful advice. Now, here's what I realized in that moment. It wasn't the words they said. It wasn't the advice, so to speak, they give. It was this intangible mindset, this trait they had. And this is so important. Both of these people had success on paper, but both had achieved what most people would call making it. And I'm doing air quotes with you, right? But their mindsets were completely different. One operated from fear. Protect what you have. Don't stretch yourself too thin. Worst case scenario thinking. Be ready for catastrophe. The other operated from possibility. You built something beautiful once. You can build it again. Trust that life will support you. Trust the unknown. It wasn't that one advice was good and one advice was bad. It's that one was aligned with who I am at my core and one wasn't. One person had the intangible results I desired. It was the mindset of infinite possibility, the mindset of seeing opportunity. It's not just success on paper, but success on how they thought about life, money, relationships, what's possible. So I went to my husband and he basically said, it's up to you. Your business is the one that's going to change the most. I'm transferring with the same company. Yes, I'm getting a promotion and more money, but you're starting over completely. God, I love that man. So I had to choose, and I realized I was choosing more than just whether to move. I was choosing which worldview to adopt, which voice to listen to, which version of reality to believe in. I chose the advice that aligned with my personal North Star, my emotional truth. And I'm going to guess that that's where yours is as well. Otherwise, we wouldn't be sitting here together on this podcast, having this conversation. The belief that no matter what happens, I'm going to be supported by the universe, that I can trust life to support me, that I can trust money to support me, that I can trust my relationships to support me. And let me tell you, it was so fucking scary leaving that perfect life, saying goodbye to friends who were like family, leaving a business I'd built, starting completely over. But it did get so much better than it was. Within 2 years of moving to Illinois, I had built a multi-seven-figure income and business. I had opportunities I never would have had in Minnesota. I launched a beauty tech company, I launched a beauty subscription box, and I met people who have become long-term friends like family. But here's what really matters. Both of my children thrived based on this decision. My husband thrived based on this decision. We've developed friends here who are like family. I connect with people faster now, faster than I ever before, because I know who I am deep down inside, and I look for friendships that have the mindset that mirrors my personal belief, my North Star. If I had listened to the fear-based advice, if I had stayed in Minnesota and kept myself smaller, I would have ultimately cost myself everything I have now. And those friends in Minnesota, I still have them. We all still talk. We still see each other. We still go on vacations. I didn't lose anything by choosing possibility. I gained everything. And this experience taught me something that changed how I approach everything. Even who I select as my advisors and coach, any program that I enroll in, anything that I participate in, the people you are having the most conversations with is a direct reflection of the results that you will receive. And it's not just about tangible results. It's about how they think about peace, how they think about money, how they think about success, how they think about life, how they think about relationships. It's whether they see obstacles or possibilities, whether they operate from fear or trust. You can predict your future results in any area of your life by looking at the people you're listening to the most. And if you don't like what you see, here's the beautiful part about life. You get to shift and change things. This realization became the foundation for my current company, Manifest and Chill, for everything I teach now. Because here's what I know. Most women, high-achieving women, are not struggling with strategy. They're struggling with the voices in their heads. The voices that are telling them to be realistic are not protecting you. They're limiting you. Every time you listen to someone who chose safety over possibility, you're programming yourself for their results, not yours. This is exactly why I created my core program, The Shift. It's a 6-week program designed to help you identify whose voices are influencing your decisions and choose the ones that align with who you actually want to become. Every 2 weeks, we're identifying whose voices are actually speaking when you make decisions. Then we excavate your authentic voice from underneath all the borrowed ones. And then we build the courage to act on what you actually want. You're also going to receive daily voice message activations from me for 42 days. Because transformation isn't a one-time event, it's a daily practice of choosing whose voice you get to influence you and your life. But here's what I want you to think about. Here's the big takeaway today. When you're facing a big decision, whose voice is loudest in your head? Is it someone who sees possibilities or someone who sees problems? Do you dare believe your life could be better than it is right now, even if it's already pretty good? If you're ready to start listening to the voices that align with who you want to become, the enrollment is open right now. And all the details are at my website in all the links down below in this podcast episode. That advisor who told me to trust the unknown, she's still one of my closest mentors. The other one, I love her dearly, but I don't ask her about big decisions anymore. The conversations you're having are shaping your future. Choose them wisely. And at the end of the day, thanks for listening. And remember, you get to choose whose voice influences your life. Next week episode, I'll be bringing to you a live meditation for you to drop in and listen to those voices deep down inside of you and get rid of all the narratives that don't belong. We're going to push them away. Thanks for listening. See you next week.